get going. All right, so first off, just want to say hello to everyone. All right, first tell me where you are coming from, because I definitely need to know that. Anybody? Just pop in the chat box. Look at everyone. All right. I am so excited. Look at all this new people, different people I see. Hello. Wow, look at that. Okay, give me a second while I get my awesome, good buddy and copywriter, Michelle Wisdom, to help me. Okay. Give me just a second. There we go. All right, so first off, guys, hello. I am extremely excited to be here. If you have any questions, Michelle is right here to answer. She is going to be helping out, so I'm really excited. Michelle is also going to be dropping our VIP code into the chat box. And also, if you do have any questions, feel free to put them in the Q&A. If you have any questions for us, put them in the chat box. I just got to go over to our chat box for a second. Awesome. Oh, guys, look at this. Actually, thank you, Taki. Michelle gave me this as a present. She's talking about my lipstick. Okay, so a big warm welcome to everyone. Hey, JJ. Please let me know if you can hear me before we rock and roll out. All right. Okay, so we are going to be jamming. Now, grab some water, the coconut water with some aloe vera, because we are going to be doing this webinar in a lot of detail. We are going to be breaking down 10 ways to strategically make money. And I know so many health coaches who are struggling in this area, and it doesn't have to be a struggle. I think there are so many strategies out there and so many marketing fear tactics that we all fall into. It's that quick fix diet mentality. It's that quick fix nation that we're in. And the same applies when we're building our business. There is no quick fix blueprint, but what there is are tools that I'm going to teach you tonight, whether you're an online coach or an offline coach. So yes, you all downloaded your money-making workbook, and I want you to have that out with paper and everything, and a pen or your whiteboard. Yes, Taki, get your notepad. Take notes. I will be showing, of course, the webinar in just a second. Okay, so bear with me. I'm going to share my screen. And then give me a second to put this into our slideshow. And here we are. Okay, so we are officially kicking off the Done For You programs. We are kicking off the summer edition. So I am really excited. We have added 2 new programs. You can actually go to www.yourhealthcoachbiz.com right now, and you will see the new programs as well as our brand new opt-in freebie. Oops, someone's calling me on my phone. Our brand new opt-in freebie called the 10 Epic Smoothie Bowls to jumpstart your morning. So I want you to first off, go and take a look at the site as I'm going through this webinar. So we are going to be jamming specifically about how to make money online and offline. I'm going to break down 10 different ways, 10 different strategies for you to do that. Jess, you're right here in my office. Okay, first off, before we even get to anything, if you know already what you want, or you're a returning buyer and you're like, yeah, I don't need to sit here for the whole thing, or I want to buy and then I'll listen to everything. I want you to hit this up with the VIP code SUMMERHUSTLE20 at checkout. This code expires, just saying this loud and clear, 5/21/2017 at 9 p.m. There's no exceptions. So please log in, make sure you can get in, make sure that you don't have any problems, because waiting to the last minute does what? I once did that, guys, and I lost the opportunity to save $300. And then I was on the fence, and then I said, oh, well, I'll buy it anyway. And if I would have just done it, I would have saved all that money. Now, if you are an FDN graduate, please refer to your email from my awesome friend Reed for your affiliate link. Okay, let's get going. Who am I? I'm a business coach. I'm a health coach, detox specialist. I graduated from the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, and then decided, all right, there's a little more going on in this world. And I went on to study at actually 4 different detox schools, all different ways of detoxing, all different modalities. But it really taught me what I already knew for myself, which was that the power of cleansing and detoxification is so vital in this toxic world. EMF waves, phones, toxicity, everything. And so that was why I sat there and said, okay, instead of chasing all these symptoms, which is often what we experience in our own health and that with our clients, I want to get to the core foundation. Then I can start in my practice to say, okay, so where is this person? Does this person do better grain-free, vegan, raw? You know, do they need to get off sugar? Do they need to really work on their gut? And that was the birth of every program that you see on the site. They all came out of the need for my own business because I was sick and tired of doing this every day. Well, it was more like typing, and trying to search for recipes that were easy and doable. So I created the Done For You programs. I'm also an essential oil lover. I really love anything that puts the power back in your hands. And that is what I feel about the Done For You programs, is that we spend so much time content creation. How often, raise your hand even and say, how often have you sat there and said, I'm not going to send out this newsletter, I'm not going to send out this blog post, it's not good enough, and then we don't send it? Thank you guys, thank you for the honesty, because I was there too. And me being dyslexic and not the greatest of writers, because it was my fear factor, I just didn't do it. How many of you have said, I'm going to create a program, and you start it, but then it doesn't get done? Yep. And I remember my first program, guys, the first program I sold was not good. It didn't look good. It was not good. It took skill and time in putting a great team together. And just as one of my virtual assistants said to me today, she goes, Rach, if people knew what we did on the back end, they would see the 500 plus tasks for almost every program. And I said, I know. It takes a lot of skill. And it also takes skill to know how to coach. It's not the knowing of how to interact. It's that you come out of school, and how many people came out of school and was like, this is it. I'm going to charge $150 an hour. I'm going to make a lot of money. This is going to be easy. How many of you? Because that was me. And then I got out, and I remember saying to my first coach, I stink at marketing. I know. I had literally 2 likes on a Facebook post. So what I'm trying to say to you is that I've done every different kind of coaching, online and offline. And so when I speak to you, I speak from experience. I don't speak from saying, how are we going to accomplish this? Or, hey, my health coaching practice didn't work, so I started creating Done For You programs. Or my health coaching business didn't work, and so I became a business coach. I actually became a business coach and started creating the Done For You programs because my business was actually working. And everyone knows I've partnered with gyms in my local area, moms groups, did workshops at Salt Suites, PTA. I mean, I've done everything, as well as launched successful programs online to clients, to coaches, everything. So I've done it all. I've done shopping tours. I've done cooking classes. All the things that we're going to talk about tonight, I've done, except to create a membership program. But that's coming in the works. So what we're talking about are things that I know from experience. So this is my why, and I encourage you, I won't get into the lengthy story. If you want to know the lengthy story, you can go right to my site and read my bio, read what happened. It's a pretty long story, and I don't even include everything. But what you're going to see here are my children. And if you do know me, you know that hubby is called hubby. He does exist, quite handsome, but just does not love to be on Facebook. So he is definitely my why as well. These are my kids. And my why is also that with having my own health issues, ulcerative colitis and Lyme and a bunch of other fun autoimmune stuff, I realized that my mission and getting all of those different health things was to pay that forward and to help other people who were in a very similar situation and felt disempowered like I did. So whatever your why is right now, I want you to actually think about this. And I want you to write that down in your money-making workbook. I want you to write that down because your why will always change. But what needs to be there always are a few things. Consistency, that's on social media, even if you're working offline. How do you think people find me or found me? They always, and I still to this day say, how'd you find me? And they say, YouTube. I was Googling. Well, it's not that I paid for search engine optimization. Never. I only did Facebook ads a year ago, maybe a year. Yeah, a year. Everyone that has ever found me through the power of Google. And that is because I consistently shared on my Facebook business page. I consistently did 1 to 2 videos a week. And I consistently did blog posts, even when I had that fear factor. So tonight, we're going to break through barriers. Tonight, you're going to say and change your mindset, because I could come with you at the same kind of webinar that you see from everyone else, but what would be that point? Might as well go and just watch a replay somewhere. I want to talk about your money mindset. I want you to think about where you are as an entrepreneur, not a health coach, a business entrepreneur running a health and wellness business. You could be a fitness coach, you could be a BB coach, you could be selling Asana oils, you could be health coach, and you could be doing mindset, you could be a life coach. But I want you to think about your business. And are you really strategically planning your time? I've been sharing a lot on Facebook on how I am making more money, working less hours. And I'm not saying that just to do the BS, saying that. Working less hours because I'm working strategically. So I want you to think tonight about how you're making money. Because if you're just focusing on stuff that is not making you money, you're going to feel, or I'm going to hear what I see in so many forums. I'm not making money. I feel like a failure. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. People aren't clicking. People aren't opting in. So maybe you need to think and have that real honest talk with yourself and say, am I coaching in the correct sphere that I need to be coaching? So let's get down to business. Number one, we're going to break down your business, and this is part of your health coach money-making workbook. You have to know what a business funnel is. This isn't just a sales funnel. A sales funnel could be you opt in, just like you did with this webinar. You've got a series of emails, and it's leading you to something. That could lead you to a one-on-one, one-on-one coaching. That could lead you to buying something. It could just be giving you information. Usually at the end, there is a specific call to action. So I want you to think and take a few moments. And if you didn't work on your workbook, you have the next week to 2 weeks, I'm holding you accountable, to really get deep into what is missing, what is not working for you. So I want you to look at this and say, okay, here's my freebie. Which freebies do I have? What does my niche want? And you may not know, the niche are the people that you serve that have a specific pain point and you're giving a solution. So if you're a new coach, you may be like, I don't know what that is. Hint, look at your own story. That's number one. Number two is hint, your own story isn't always marketable per se. When I first coached and I was like, I work with people who have allergies and digestive wellness issues. Nobody knew that. They were like, so I realized that I had to change that around. Work with people who needed to ditch the diet and learn the power of cleansing so they could let go of what? Dieting. Think about what is marketable and feel free to steal that, because that is the whole point of tonight, as well as the next 14 days where we're doing 7 webinars and 7 live streams to dig deep into your business. Then I want you to think about, what are you leading them to? That 17 to 37 could be a do-it-yourself program. It could be like tripwire. Tripwire is maybe like one of our opt-in freebies, like skinny black dress, or maybe you even buy easy weight loss, and that is what they call the tripwire, because someone is going, oh my God, this is so good, I'm tripping in. So when they trip in, what do? They fall in love and they become a raving fan. When you have truly accomplished nurturing, loving, and giving constant contact, what does Gary Vaynerchuk say? Jab, 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 right hook. So if you're constantly going, hey, sign up for this. Hey, buy this. Hey, do this. You're just right hooking. The moment that you step into true entrepreneurial thinking is when you go, I've got a jab. I've got to give content. I've got to give a freebie. I've got to give another freebie in my what? My newsletter. So maybe you're even sitting there and saying, hey, I only have 20 people on my newsletter list. No problem. Because Christine Hansen, one of my great friends known as the Sleep Boss, posted in one of our paid forums, wow, just got this, 121 people. Wow, just posted this, built my list. And you will see these kind of testimonials in so many different places. Go onto the site, check out everything, because trust me, you will see other coaches having success. Some people have success immediately. I call them one-hit wonders. And they never have success again. Some people have success right away because they've come from a business that has bled into their health coaching business, and so it's molded together. Most coaches have to build. You have to build your authority. You do that with content. So then you're leading them to a 67 or 297. That is your sweet spot program. That could be like the sugar program. That could be our brand new 21-day, reset your life in 21 days. That could be Revitalize. This is like the program that you know is going to fit your niche. So I encourage you to really look at the programs and say, who do I want to serve and why? And what would they need? Do they need a weight loss program? Great. Take the weight loss at 7 days and multiply that. I have tons of coaches who have turned that into a 30-day program. I also have tons of coaches who have taken the easy weight loss and combined that with sugar into what I call a system. I also took myself personally, Revitalize, the 2-week weight loss, and rocked that out in a gym, and then gave the ebooks and handouts as well. I also took Revitalize and easy weight loss and did that with a mom's group locally. So I want you, as you look at this, to say, where are my offerings? Where, how can I make this successful? So what does every coach need? We all need a gateway program. I believe this is, and think of this, Jane comes to you. And Jane, let's even take it out of health coaching. Jane wants to buy a car. It's just like you selling something, but it's no different. Jane wants to buy a car. And Jane says, I don't know if this car is right for me. Let's take this for a test drive. You're not going to know if it's right for you unless you get in it, you feel it. I went to look at cars a few months ago, trade my truck in. Looked at another truck that everyone loves, and it's supposed to be like the hottest truck out there. I got in and I was like, this stinks. I took it for a test drive. That is your gateway program. It's a reasonably priced program, and maybe somebody can't afford your one-on-one. let's even say, excuse me, let's even say that you charge, $500 a month. If you're charging for that gateway program a third of that, or 97, that person can come in at 97, fall in love with you, and then they bleed to your work with me. So remember, when you're thinking about programs, done for you content, you're not just thinking online or offline. You're thinking, how can I feed them into my work with me? Or how can I use programs in my work with me? And we're going to talk about a 3-tier work with me page. You need a list building strategy, whether it's one of the opt-in freebies of challenge, whether it's the 5-day clean eating, whether you're taking this and doing it with a giveaway. You need a list building strategy. And that's why I want you to start to think, how am I doing this? Am I writing the right Facebook post? Which in the first 250 buyers tonight, you get a Facebook ad template. There's a number of other amazing goodies that you're getting as well as a class with Miss Awesome Michelle on copywriting, a class on MailChimp, and also even blogs. So you want to think, am I infusing my opt-in freebies into my blogs? And you need multiple gateway points. Why? I always talk about this if you've heard me before. Jane has a specific need psychologically. Sally has a different need, and maybe Jack has a different need. One may be very committal, one's busy working corporate, feels like they can't make any sacrifices, and one is like, no, hit me with your biggest program. I totally need help. You always need to think about the psychology of people, because running a health coaching business is not just about a site. It's about somebody falling in love with you, what you have to offer, and giving them different gateway points so that you're really feeding into the psychology of their needs. So here we are, how to hustle strategically. We stop wasting time and energy. That means that we get really focused on the next 90 days. We talk about this in Launch School. What's happening in the next 90 days? In the beginning of my career, I didn't even know. When somebody said that, I was like, how do I do that? I don't even know what tomorrow is going to be. I feel like I'm shooting darts. I stopped shooting darts going into year 3 of my business, because that's when I realized, I remember staying out here, I was looking out the window. Whole Living magazine came to my door, and I opened it up, and it said 21-day detox. And the woman who actually lives across the street, who was one of my clients, and her family, I saw her kids as well, said, oh my God, I'm going to do this. At the moment she said that, I said to myself, wow, I'm sending these such extensive session notes. What if I just put a program together? Because I would always get people saying, I can't afford you, and this different stuff. At that moment that I did that, I systemized. I didn't even realize that back then. I didn't have a coach. I was just, again, trying to figure out what would work. What it also did is not only did I put that on my website, but it built authority. And I was on a pretty crappy website back then. Didn't look good. I didn't know how to make cute little images like this, or even do a PowerPoint. But the moment that I put that on, it built authority. And then when somebody would call me for a strategy session, I can say to them, yeah, I have this reboot program based on the elimination diet. And so what I'm going to teach you is this, because everyone would call. How many times would you get a call? And you know this if you're actively coaching. I've got thyroid issues. I've got this issue. I've got that issue. And you're like, let's just focus on food. Let's focus on lifestyle changes, all this stuff. But you don't know where to start with them. You don't have a system for how do you uncover, how do you get the body back into balance. That's what I realized. So I started using the same program in my one-on-one business. And then I started building to 3-tier my work with me page so that it really worked for me. So example, you want to have a 4-step signature system, or a 3-step, or you want to have 6 health month mastery. Again, this is just the added marketing. And I know, trust me, I know you did not go to school to just hear about marketing. You went to school to help people. But that is part of you also getting out there, whether you're doing it face-to-face in workshops, or you're talking to people in Whole Foods or your health food store or juice shop. You are your walking business card. So yes, what did you learn from your workbook? Did you learn that maybe there were missing holes, or that your money mindset isn't right? Or, or what do you see yourself doing in the next 6 months? Do you see yourself more online, offline? How do you envision yourself working? And how do you envision helping your clients? That's the big one. So we are going to talk about all these different amazing opportunities tonight. And when I say opportunities, this is because too often we buy a program and we get stuck in this one, like, I can only do this, I can only do that. So we're not going to do that. We're going to actually talk strategically about how to make 3,000. So for example, you buy a cleanse, you launch a home cooking party. Your cooking party is 77. So everyone do the math with me. You buy either Rockstar or Basic, and now you can do this with anything. You could do this, I would say, grain-free, because you want ones that are maybe like easy and short programs so that people can arrive. You can talk a little, have some little yummy hors d'oeuvres. Maybe you're even making protein balls. Maybe you're making smoothies for everyone. You buy a cleanse, weight loss, grain-free. You could even, if you wanted, and I'll build this out in just a second, buy one of the larger programs, and I'm going to talk you through then what to do. So let's just say you buy a cleanse, and I've had many coaches do this. I've done this myself too. You buy a cleanse, you launch a home cooking party. So for all of you, raise your hand if you do better face-to-face with people, or you feel more comfortable. So you guys are the ones, thank you for sharing this. You guys are the ones that want to be really thinking about offline. And so I want you to make sure that you sit here and you look at these different ways. Okay, buy a cleanse, launch a home party. Then you have a cooking party for $77. The party is 2 hours. Your goal is 40 people. What I would do is do this twice. So if you can put 40 people in, and you have, like what I have, an open kitchen to an open, dining room to an open floor space, easily do that. But if you need to do it 20/20, great, you've made 3,000. Say you buy sugar, 6-week program. Let's even write this down, because I brought Susie my calculator. You buy sugar. So you're spending, let's say, for buying the program. You're doing, instead of just one, you're going to actually, because it's a 6-week program, do 3 live classes at your home. Or this is when you could actually reach out, and if you don't have the home that can fit those amount of people, reach out and say, hey, would you love to be a host? I'm going to give you a free program. And can you invite your friends? So 3 live classes. You can do that instead for $97. 97 times 20 is 1,940 times 3, 5,820. So that's 20 people charging 97, meeting 3 times. Does not lie, guys. Close to $6,000. How many of you could do that? How many of you know at least 10 people right now that you could, even 20 people that you could call and say, you know what, guys, I'm going to do this really amazing, experience at my home. And I want you to come, and you're going to get a program. I'm going to deliver this. I'm going to put you into a Facebook group. We're going to start this amazing community. And for everyone who signs up, I'm going to either send you a journal, a skin brush, an essential oil, tongue scraper, or you could give them their gift when they get there. You could make, how many of you would do little salt scrubs? Little salt scrubs with either essential oils or some kind of little swag bag gift the moment they arrive. And in many of the programs, also there's cute little journals that we have. So putting in a little swag bag and all that different stuff is such a great opportunity. And what people want. How many people want what? Connection, community. How many people work not just 9 to 5, they leave at 7:30 in the morning. They're picking up their kids. They're exhausted and they feel what? Like they can't do it because they can't make changes. They can't lose weight. I worked with so many busy corporate men and women, and I worked corporate. So I know you're fried. And then what do? If we have a family coming home, we're taking care of our family, but we can make changes when we are in community. So when I used to work at the gym in the moms group, these were all moms that just had babies. But you know what? They came together and we held each other accountable. We met every 2 weeks. We did a Facebook forum. I shot videos that they had on a back-end membership. Okay, who's ready for example 2? We're also going to get to hear tonight from 2 coaches who are going to share their success story. So I'm going to make sure that we're not running. Oh, here we are. Okay, so give me a second. And then let me just find Jess or Allison. Okay. Allison. Michelle, can you try to find Allison? Or Allison, can you pop your if not, I'm gonna find Jess. Okay, here. Okay, we are going to hear from Jess right now. So, Jess? Jess, are you there? Oh, wait, hold on.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Awesome. Oh. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so Jess, thank you for joining tonight. Can you actually share with me your experience of, because I was just blown away in the forum. And I remember saying to you that day, like, oh my God, you had to be on the webinar, because I was so excited just to see the progression. And you would even send me an email and say, this just happened, this just happened. So can you share with coaches who either had never bought or on the fence or are nervous about, you know, taking that first step, what you have seen so far in your business?
Yes, so I actually just graduated from IIN a couple of weeks ago, and I have been a blogger for 6 years, and sorry.
Oh, wait, hold on. I think I lost Jen for a second. Bear with me. Jess. Okay. Jessica, so sorry. I think I muted you by touching my earphone. Hold on. Okay. Jess, sorry. I muted you. Can you hear me?
I mute your speaker.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Am I too loud on here?
No, not at all.
Okay. I've done all the learning, and I wanted to get out there, and I think like a lot of health coaches, I wanted to share so much that I couldn't start anywhere. Mm-hmm. So I went online and started searching for health coaches, and I found JJ, and she told me about you, and I'm so glad she did. And the programs just really helped me to focus on doing what I wanted to do and take all that behind the scenes work that you're talking about. I've been a blogger for 6 years, and even though I've done that, it's just overwhelming. Mm-hmm. So once I had your program, I felt that I was armed with information. And I know a lot of times when you're new as a coach, you think, oh my gosh, what if I approach somebody and they actually want to use me and I don't know what to say?
Mm.
So it just really eliminated that for me. And I just had a huge mindset shift. And after that, it just empowered me to go out. And I said, okay, I've got the content. Now I'm just going to go for it.
And tell me,
I did, and
tell me about even that post in Facebook that I saw where you were like, I just walked into this gym. Tell everyone about that. Like, why did the confidence come? I guess I think the big thing that people often think, well, I'm going to buy a program. Why is this going to give me confidence?
It really helped me because I knew I've got something to present, whether it's going into a gym or talking to a doctor or chiropractor. And I had been thinking about doing it, but after having your programs, I just said, okay, I'm going to go in there and let them know this program that I have. And just like I've been watching your lives, I went in and told him how I could help him. And he loved it. So he's going to have me go in and do workshops. And then I just went from there. I've talked to chiropractors, physicians, and then it encouraged me to just launch a program and just do it. So I did. And people actually signed up.
So how many did you get?
For my very first program, and keep in mind, I only promoted it for a week and a half because I said, let me just do it to get my jitters out. And I had 20 people sign up. And then I'm launching this detox, seasonal detox and clean eating. But I've even gotten clients and requests to do workshops.
Let me just say this. There are tons of coaches listening to this that would be very pleased and happy with 20. And I think that's part of also what we have to do. Don't compare yourself to what you see on Facebook. Don't compare yourself to other people. I see tons of coaches who have invested $50,000 to sometimes $100,000 and they're not making money. So one of the reasons that I wanted to have Jess on here is you heard this story, which is similar to the case study you see from Megan Rand, is that we all come out of school and we feel that nervousness and we don't know what to do and we're not armed with different content. Maybe we have handouts, depends what different school. But what you saw with Jess and what you heard, and Jess, I'm just going to say thank you so much for being here and sharing that. And you know that I'm going to like keep on you to hold you accountable for this next one and to build the buzz and do more marketing. Because if you can build the buzz 3 weeks in advance and start dripping out and showing the little videos and the photos and, you know, really telling that story, not just in your emails, but telling that story locally and or online, you will have much more success and people will get to know you. And if that was just the first one, you're going to have people come back and you're going to convert them also to a different program, as well as all of those workshops. That is where it really happens, because guys, in those workshops, you're having those face-to-face interactions. And then people are asking you, you know, can I work with you one-on-one? And even your groups, even if you had a small amount, even if you had 5 people, most often those 5 people want to journey with you after, or they want to hire you because they realized, wow, I really thought that I was doing well, but you know, my energy just stinks. I'm like grabbing for coffee, grabbing for sugar, eating all this stuff that I know does not work for my body, but we do it anyway. Why? Because it's not even sometimes mental. It's our body is starved. There's imbalances, there's all that. And so the beauty is that we empower as coaches to bring our clients back to a homeostasis. So thank you so much, Jess.
Thank you, Rachel. And that's not even including the corporations that have asked me to come in and talk. So there's a lot of other things going on. That was just the first thing that I launched. Mm-hmm. And I've already built a waiting list for my program launching next month.
Oh,
so
my God.
It has definitely taken off. And these are large corporations. And now the word's getting out, so they're coming to me. So that's very exciting.
That is so awesome. I am, first of all, just very happy to hear that. And second of all, just wanted to say, don't lose the momentum, because, and don't stop posting on social media, and don't stop going into those different places, because I did the same thing. I carried around my daughter, went with my son, we went to, you know, Delray and different places, and I just introduced myself. I took the chance. And I love what you said about the jitters, because we all have that, guys. I think that that's often what stops us, and so we don't move forward with momentum. So thank you so much for sharing that. All right.
Thanks, Rachel.
All right. I'll see you in the forum.
All right.
All right. So I just want to take a few questions even before I go and we hear from Alison. And I just want to take you actually back to one of the webinar slides, because somebody was asking, why does it, hold on, bear with me. Okay, somebody was asking, why does buying a cleanse relate to a home cooking party? It's not that it relates to a home cooking party. It's that any program that you can do. A lot of people get scared because they say, I can't make the recipes. I don't have time. I feel like cleansing is scary. Or, you know, I want to make sure that this is not a weight loss program where I feel deprived. The beauty of what you start to do when you have these home cooking parties, or these home spa parties, or these parties that are geared to health or more energy, or getting off of sugar, or getting off of, you know, artificial sweeteners, or ditching gluten, whatever it may be that you want that to be about. You can also just say, hey guys, you know, I'm going to be sharing with everyone this program. And the beauty is that you get to come to my own home, and we get to have community around, you know, my kitchen. I was asked to do this so many times. I'd have a group of women that would say to me, can you just come and show us how to make these recipes? Can you just come and show us how to shop? So we'd actually shop, and we'd have a home cooking party, and I would each charge them and deliver a program. So it's not that a cleanse relates to the home cooking. It's that you can take any program. The programs are your foundation. So whatever you want to do with that is then the next step. Does that make sense? Okay. So, and yes, we are also seeing about the epic smoothie bowls. I heard that it was a little of an issue. Okay, so I'm going to unmute Alison, and you're going to get to hear, and this is our last, you know, case testimonial for tonight. So if Alison, can you just tell us about your experience with the Done For You programs and everything like that?
Sure. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Do you want me to turn the video on, or should I can just leave me like this?
Yeah, you can totally just leave it.
Okay, great. Well, first of all, I just want to say, you know, my name is Alison, and I am still in school to become a health coach. And you know, as I was going through the program, I'm graduating in June, I realized that I was getting a lot of the life coaching skills, but what I was lacking was all the nutrition that I really wanted to learn. Mm-hmm. And I'm already a life coach. So, I mean, while it's great, I was really looking for, okay, how to detox, how to properly clean the gut. That, you know, I was getting ADD looking at books. And I just stumbled across your program. And when I saw the Detox Rockstar, I immediately knew that I wanted to do this and incorporate it. I'm a yoga teacher, incorporate it into my yoga routine. I was like, well, let me do the launch. I did your launch program, how to understand it all first, and it's amazing. But when I got the detox program, I was blown away. Not only did I learn, the system is so effortless. I felt like I should have been doing more, and I was like, because it was just all there, all of the emails, all of the Facebook post, everything that I needed was just there. And all I needed to do was just add my own little twist to it and read it and understand it. So I decided to put a new website up, and I put it out there, and I only had 5 in the beginning, and I was like, this is just what I need. 5 is perfect because I'm learning with them and it'll give me confidence. And the day before I was about to launch, I had 22 people all of a sudden. And I didn't follow your regimen right away. I just decided to do 2 weeks because I was like, I really want to get it into spring. And I was nervous, but it was all Facebook Live, Facebook group. And what I did was I used your program. I threw the emails out on Facebook for everyone to see. And then I just added my own little touch. I just did a couple meditations live on Facebook, and a 10-minute morning yoga session and a 10-minute night sessions for them to just feel well all around. And the amount of people that just were so positive and loving and loved the food, and the results that I got testimonials like out the wazoo. So I decided to funnel through your gut program, just bought that a week ago, and 14 are already signed up.
Oh my God. You know what I love about what you said, and I want every coach who's hearing this to really take this in, because part of what we talk about in Launch School is, remember that it was one of the live streams or one of the days where I said, sometimes you have to flip the script. And this is what I was saying to you guys about, not every blueprint per se works. Not every marketing tactic works. And especially times change. And so as health coach entrepreneurs, we need to think outside the box. So that day in Launch School, I had said, you know what, guys, especially if you're new, especially if you don't have a list, just go and share on Facebook, hey, this is what I'm doing. And I'm really excited about it. And often it's our jitters that put that energy out into the world. And so when you really embrace it and you do what Alison did, I mean, here's a person who was just you're not even out of school, right?
Right now.
Right. So you're not even out of school. And what she's already doing is making money. And not only that, saw that people were having success. I remember when you emailed me, I was like, do you think the gut program would be good? And people asking me about this. And she immediately funneled the people who were really happy and excited into this next program.
Yeah, and I think that, for the most, it's so easy to funnel them through, and now they're just like, they don't want to leave you because they just are having such great success, and they're basically your advertisement because they're posting on their Facebook, and people are contacting me like, what are you doing? Well, I didn't know about this. And I'm like, I have no idea. I know now I understand detox, but I figured I'll just get my wings when I come down, and that's all. At least I know I understand the stuff that you provided and the nutrition, and I've made all the recipes, and it's just, it's amazing. I love the questions and answers that you provided for us. And just to touch on the gut, the video is absolutely amazing. And, I put it on my website, and, just added my own like web page to it. And it's just, it is good. It is good.
You're inspired me. Michelle's going to kill me for saying this, but I feel like whoever buys tonight, if you buy tonight, I will make a video. I will make an extra video and give it to everyone, because those videos are powerful. And that's why, I always say I had the heebie-jeebies and I was freaked out and the jitters and the negative Nelly, but I had to do those first videos, and I did them and I practiced and I got used to it. So thank you so much, Alison, for being in here.
Oh, no, thank you so much.
And thank you for just sharing. And like I said, what I've seen you do in such a short amount of time, I wanted to share that with other coaches, because I think that often we don't think that we can do it. And we wait for that perfect moment, and you didn't. You were like, I'm going, I'm jumping in. And your excitement was really what got people to buy from you. And that's what I keep saying about programs, just a tool. I see coaches who spend hours, like 50 hours trying to make it perfect, instead of, you could spend like the 5 hours or even the 10 and spend 40 hours talking to people and doing live streams and doing what Alison did and making it work.
Yeah. And I just want to leave with one thing, for 14 years, I've done one thing my whole life, and this is something completely new. And what I realized through this whole experience is sometimes you just need to get out of your own way and trust the process. And that's what I did with you. And thank you. And I think that that's what some coaches just need. We just need to get out of our way and stop overthinking. It's already there. You don't need to recreate the wheel.
Well, just wait, Allison, because like I said, we're kicking back off launch school and we added all these extra bonuses. So.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
All right, guys, we are going to get back. Thank you, Allison. Have
You're welcome.
Epic night. All right, let's get back to business. I see Michelle is answering questions. And just keep in mind, I will totally be answering questions as well. And I'm going to try to get through this so everyone understands, okay, how to create and sell a killer tripwire. You buy a gateway program. This could be detox, grain-free, raw. And the raw is not just this strict raw program. It teaches people that it doesn't have to be this black and white. And when I taught at the Raw Food Institute, I had this epiphany and this awakening because I'm raw till 4, but I eat cooked food and everything. I'm not vegan. I'm not vegetarian. I've tried it all, but I've learned what works for my body. And so when I created the raw program, it was that I wanted people to know that things don't have to be black and white. And I think also what Allison brought up is I've always wanted the programs to be a huge opportunity for education. And so these programs aren't telling your clients, you know, eat this amount of protein, eat this amount of fat. That's actually what nutritionist, registered dietitian, doctor, chiropractor. And if you have those certifications, great. But our job and why I wanted to be a health coach was to educate people. So that's why I also did the Raw program. And every one of the programs has those components of mind, body, spirit. So you buy a gateway program. You sell that for $7 to $19 for the recipe guide. So that could, or again, as I said to you earlier, and I've had other coaches who took the easy weight loss, which was a 7-day, and turned that into a sugar busting weight loss program and did that as a tripwire. So the whole entire program for like $19. And what you're doing is just like Allison said, you're funneling them in. So once they come into the funnel, they're like, wow, this was so amazing. We're not going to lead them to a 14-day. You're going to lead them to either a VIP day offline. Write this down, guys. You're going to lead them to maybe the 3-month mindset makeover. You might be even leading them to a 6-month program with you or a 9-month intensive where you're combining the programs as a system. Meaning that could be that you cleanse somebody. Then because you used easy weight loss and you're taking them into a cleanse, you're taking them into the sugar busting program or sugar repair. You're moving into gut. See the progression? You're moving into 3-month mindset. Or you could move them into revitalize, then move them into the 3-month mindset. You could take the 21-day, reset your mind in 21 days, reset your life in 21 days. You could use that if you so desire. Whatever you want to think of your system, it's that you're creating that tripwire for a reason. Because you might be saying, why would I just spend $19? But I mean, sell this for $19. If you sold this for $19 and your goal was to get 50 people, so it's 19 times 50, you would make $950. That's $19, 50 people. And I always, my first launch coach, Ann Samiloff, taught me, you have to write down your goals. This is what I force people to do in launch school, because that gets real clear on the entrepreneurial CEO mindset of being a health coach. It's something that for a lot of us, we're empaths, we're feelers. It's easy for us to stay in that mode, but it's the other mode that can be sometimes really difficult. How do I step into really strategically looking at my business? Because that is where you'll hustle less. A lot of people think that's a negative word. I think it's loving what you do. But you might say, okay, so I'm working strategically so I don't feel fried. I'm working strategically so I can spend more time, on self-care or, yoga or with family or just calming down from the world that we live in, especially these days with this politics, crazy stuff. So then you lead people from the tripwire, and it could be into your email funnel, or it could just be what Allison said, which I love that. Hey guys, Are you interested in going to this next program? I had a coach do that as well. She launched a detox. She did very well. They all were asking, what is this next program that I can go with you? So we created a group coaching program. So I want you to think about those opportunities. And I say them because they are opportunities. And sometimes we don't think strategically, which is why you go back to your money making workbook or you join Launch School and you start thinking about what are you launching and why. So result, 50 people buy at 7, you make 350. Or 50 people buy at 19 and you make what? 950. Then you upsell to a one-on-one or your next program at 157 and you get 20 people and make 3,100. Say out of those 50 people, how many of you think that you could get 50 people to buy at $7? If you think that you can get 50 people to buy at $7, love seeing the hands raised. Then think about converting 10 people, guys, to your, and I'm all going to take you an up level, make sure that you are charging $500 a month because you're all freaking worth it when you have great content. Because it's what Alison said, you stand on that confidence level. So let's say 10 people convert to your one-on-one. You just made $5,000, $5,350, or $5,950. If you're doing that, let's just say times 12, that's $60,000. So I want you to think about that because I hear all the time, make, $20,000, $30,000 months, totally possible, 100%. But I like to start real foundational with people and with things that I believe are doable and things that I wish I would have done in the beginning of my career. I had tripwire, so to speak, but we didn't call them that back then. But I didn't properly see the funnel. And that's why I really wanted to open your eyes tonight to what I consider is the whole business funnel from the ground up. So that's setting the stage for sustainable profitability. And again, that could be even a tripwire that you're selling at an event. Hey guys, here's my event table, all beautifully done. And you say, and you're right there with your, with your square little thing, or maybe you're with a bank and, you have it on the end of your phone and you're like, hey, you can buy this program. You have the program all, and I used to do this, beautifully put in different frames with testimonials. Hint, hint. Take that one, take that note down. And then you say, yep, this program is $7. This program is 19. How many of you can do that? And if you're watching this from Facebook, put a yes, I can do that in the Facebook comments because, too often we don't see these ways to make money and help people. Some people, again, what did Jane have to do? Test drive the car. So a lot of coaches are not making money because we are in a busy traffic kind of world. And if you're not getting out there online or offline and really thinking about it, it's going to be hard to make money and do what you love. So how to brand and sell the Done For You programs for your niche. Message using a 3-step formula. 1, you niche the message. You niche the program. So for example, if I was pitching, because I used to work in corporate and we were all about what? Making money and energy. Making money and energy. I would then say, I work with men and women who are age-driven, brilliant. They are, they love their work and I help them to have more energy. So what I want to talk to you guys today is about my energy enhancing reboot so you can make money, more money. If I was pitching to corporate wellness, I would say the same thing. I wouldn't say, hey guys, here's this weight loss program. I would say, here, I'm going to talk to you about a program that is going to give you more energy. So when you are at your desk and you're sitting all day, you're not exhausted, because if you have to do the dog and pony show or you got to make cold calls, you have to have what? Energy. You've got to feel confident. You also have to enjoy your body inside and out. And what I mean about inside and out is this. You've got to do the mindset work. then that mindset is going to bleed into every area of your life. So reset your life in 21 days is a great thing to pitch to corporate. It's also even a great, if you look at sugar repair, how many people are struggling with sugar and they're eating what? Junk and donuts and, you know, some pink unicorn, something from Starbucks. Frappuccinos, not even knowing they just did what? Up their blood sugar, they're about to crash, they're fuzzy, they're foggy brain, and we do what? Make poor decisions. So niche that program. I work with busy moms, moms who feel overwhelmed, moms who are keeping it totally together the whole day and then get the kids to bed and then go to the pantry and then sneak back to the den where they're watching their favorite show. And then you wake up the next morning and you don't like yourself. You're tired. You don't have the patience to deal with your family, your self-care. You don't want to be touched. I help you to come back to soul. I help you to regain the faith in yourself, to have a plan, a step-by-step blueprint. I have the 3-month Mindset Magical program for women who want to lose weight naturally and step into their truth. Tell me if you would have bought that program. If I also said to you, I work with people just like you who are struggling with gut issues. You've been in and out of doctor's offices. You've been told you have X, Y, Z, and you're scared. I work with men and women who are sick and tired of feeling disempowered. So I teach you and I educate you the exact tools you need to restore your own gut so that you can fire me. Who would hire me one-on-one if you heard that on a strategy session? So when I talk about niching out the programs, it's not just that. It's when you're on a strategy session and somebody's like, you know, they're telling you what's going on. And you say, because you're talking true, what I call soul marketing, when you are a spiritual gangster, when you are a health coach with love and soul, we don't focus on the money first. We actually focus on the person. We've gotten so out of personal communication. That is why you know that you can email me or call me. And I leave that open because when I first was a coach, that didn't happen. I was told by one virtual assistant that I had, don't be accessible. People will see you as the person that, you know, is very successful. Sorry, I got caught in one of my wires from my computer. She had said, don't be accessible, and people will also pay more money for your services. Now, I knew what she was talking about. I did. And I knew that she was also trying to help me by systemizing and automating. But what I also knew was my commitment to be a health coach. My commitment to be a health coach was always to be available to have human connection. And that's the same that I do with with coaches just like you guys. So when you're thinking about your programs, don't get stuck and caught up. You know, go in and serve in. This is what we talk about in Launch School. Don't just throw a program out there. I see this happen all the time. Sometimes we throw a program out, but we haven't messaged it right. So if I were to say, you know, I have a sugar detox, it's a 6-week program where I'm going to teach you, or a sugar restart, or sugar refresh, or sugar reboot, whatever, or whatever word. Again, this is where you start to test in your social media. It's where you start to test in your blogs. This is where you start to test to see what people want. So if I were to say, this 6-week sugar cleanse, there's no deprivation, there's no dieting, there's no pills, or there's powder. It's you and me busting the sugar and kicking it to the curb. So that you're eating whole food, so that you're not having the crash and burn at 4 o'clock. How many of you have experienced the crash and burn at 4 o'clock, which in Chinese medicine is the adrenal time? You're like, oh my God, I feel dizzy, I feel foggy, I'm tired. And how many of our clients are either addicted to sugar, or as Mark Hyman talks about, have insulin resistance, or as Anne-Louise Gittleman, my good friend, talks about the fact that just like with our detox and why we branded it to be about beauty and age defying, is that we're exhausted, we have wrinkles, we have no energy. And so what do? We make bad choices of food, or we don't exercise, or we don't do self-care, we don't journal, we don't do our affirmations. And then what happens? We stress and our gut gets dysbiosis. Our metabolism shuts down, everything. As Reed Davis, my good friend, says, who owns FDN, it's not just one system, the whole system starts to break down. So you're niching out your programs because you're getting clear on the message that your people need to hear. I encourage everyone to always have a word bank. Copywriters talk about this all the time. Michelle knows this. What words do your potential clients or your existing clients, so whether you're a new coach, rebranding, or up-leveling, 3. This is a key component of copywriting. Whether you take this advice from me, Michelle, or many of the different copywriters out there that you hear names of, they will all say the same. It is your message that is vital. And so if you are not getting the success that you so want or deserve, craft your message, work on it, hone in on it. And that only is going to happen by trying it out and testing. So you buy the program and you niche that. But what's nice about our programs that's different is we've kind of like built out niches for you. Because when I first was coaching, I didn't necessarily know my niche. And also when I was pushing myself as a digestive wellness expert, people didn't really know what that was. I still think today when clients would say to me, I don't have a gut issue, or even my husband's grandma, I would say, you just told me you had acid reflux. Oh, that's not a digestive issue. So remember, our job is not to make claims or do any of this. Our job is to educate people. And so sometimes people don't know what a gut issue is, but they heard Mercola and they heard Dr. Oz and they know Mark Hyman, because our clients these days are more educated than sometimes we are, because they're watching every doctor show, they're reading every book. My favorite is when I go into Vitamin Shop, I say, do you have charcoal? And they say no, because Dr. Oz just said it. So everyone came in and bought it. So just remember that the more that you get clear, and what I was saying about the digestive wellness is that people were contacting me for weight loss. I didn't really understand it. And I would even say on the phone, I'm not a weight loss coach. And they were like, I need somebody, and I read your story. So remember, your message is in your story also. Very important. The second part of that is I immediately said, wow, maybe I need to listen to this and start saying that I work holistically to teach people the power of cleansing and the elimination diet so they can ditch the diet forever, restore their gut, and find out what foods really work for them. How many of you have eaten a certain way? I was macrobiotic and vegan and vegetarian and, blood type diet and everything. How many of you have eaten a certain way and realized that that was not the way for you? And that you've shared that and you've paid it forward to your clients, and they had this aha moment. I remember this boy I was working with his doctor. It's wonderful to work in collaboration. I was working with his doctor and his homeopath. And he came to me, his mother and himself, his young teenage guy who's now vibrant and living in college, but he could eat about 4 foods. So many allergies, so many issues, so many gut issues, sensitivities, cortisol levels, everything, you name it. Systems were breaking down. So in collaboration, we doctored out with all that stuff. We worked on food. We literally worked on food. And he came to me and said, I was working with another health coach. She put me on a paleo diet. I've been drinking bone broth. I've been doing, eating these fats, eating avocado. And his mom was even saying, he looks gray. I said to him, let's see, maybe this is a different way. I told him about sprouted grains. We started working slowly. Sprouted grains, sprouted, beans. I took him actually off of bone broth. I said, this is very high in glutamate. And also, I think your liver and your gallbladder congested because your doctor, you and I have talked about this. The moment that he switched his food, everything changed for him. Everything changed. So do I believe in primal eating and grain-free? Yes. But I don't believe that everyone has to be this one thing. We have to let go of this dogmatic thinking. And I'm not saying if you are a plant-based coach that you should teach your clients anything that what feels in alignment. But what I know for myself is that what the programs gave me were different opportunities to work with my clients in different ways, because I did not want to have somebody to just say, this is the only way that you should eat. I wanted to teach somebody and let them do what? Take back their power. How to market an online group and enroll clients, okay? So one, you're establishing your online presence. This is really important because a lot of people come out and they don't do that. They say things to me like, I was too busy to post on Facebook, I'm going away, nobody goes there, why should I be doing it? The thing is, guys, your Facebook business page feeds into Google. Google and Facebook have a great relationship. How many of you have been searching for a business and you go to search and Facebook is the first thing that comes up? And it's their business page. So don't think if you're sitting there today and going, oh my God, I don't know how to do it. One, you can go right to my site at rachelafeldman.com and download, the 5 videos on how to build a business. I show you how to build a Facebook page in like a matter of minutes. But you have to start to build your presence, even if you are working offline. That is just my humble opinion, because I really do believe Google, which I love, rules a huge amount of the internet. Create a website and a blog. It's very important. I do think even if you're working Wix, Weebly, Squarespace, don't wait. I had a client, she hired me for a month. I don't do months. I usually do 2 to 3 months. And she said, look, I have to, I'm going away, but we're going to get everything done. She built an entire site. We built it together. She built it on Squarespace. We worked on her 3-tier, and we're going to get this, her 3-tier work with me page. She put an entire program together. She's launching it. It's very exciting. She even said, I have been stuck in my business. So she's launching one of the programs, took her website. We built it out with a 3-tier system. So I do think that you need to have a website, even if you go with the free version, and blog. You can do Facebook ads, but I really encourage you, if you're going to do Facebook ads, find a virtual assistant or pay the money to have somebody really set up your specific list interest back there, because you can spend a crap load of money not having a good interest list. When I interviewed Julie from she's a Facebook ad expert, the name will come to me later. She said, if you're going to boost on Facebook, have a blog. That's why you will see that our all-inclusive programs, such as Reset Your Life in 21 Days, has 20 blogs and 15 newsletters. You will see Revitalize has a massive amount of blogs. You will see that Sugar, Gut, I call them our Club Med all-inclusive programs because they include everything. Then you have your Rockstar First Basic on all our programs. The reason everyone, unless you are really good at writing and you just want to have the basic and you don't want the PowerPoints, the opt-in freebies, the social media, all the other stuff, is it takes my writers 1 hour to write a blog. How many of you have, and we know because Jess is on here as a blogger, I used to spend, even with a newsletter, an hour, and it wasn't even up to the par. Imagine taking these, popping them right into your face, right into your blog, or posting them, right on Facebook as a post, and then under what? Linking to an opt-in freebie, building your list, or linking to your program. Because what are you doing? Jab, jab, jab. That's why blogs are so important. It's content, consistency, and connection. And also blogs and your programs also define your core values. So what is that system that we go back to? So if you want to boost, great, boost it with a blog, because what are you doing? You're driving them back to your site. It's really important. The other is social media live streams. I know live streams can be freaky for a lot of people. They're scared, can't hit that live button. But you know what? You can hit a live button. I'll just show you right here. I have a great little tripod, everything. You can hit that live button and boom. You could be doing a whole webinar like this, or Zoom into a live stream, which is what you're actually seeing right now if you are on Facebook. Hi, guys. There are so many different ways to build your authority. Now, the other thing is that you use your opt-in freebies, and you're what? Using that funnel. They come in. This could even be with the tripwire. They come in. You're nurturing them. You're loving them. You're not just selling on that first email. And you're bringing them to either a webinar, a giveaway, an opt-in freebie. Maybe you love doing challenges, coming to the list, and you use your email marketing system to funnel those people into those programs. Hey, you know, I'm glad you loved downloading the digital detox or the healthy chocoholic, right? Or I'm glad you loved the 14-day smoothie e-guide. Or I'm glad you loved, you know, skinny black dress challenge. These are all the opt-in freebies, or the 10 epic smoothie bowls. P.S. Click to make a strategy session with me, or click to book an appointment. The first one's free. Or in the PS, hey, you know, if you're struggling with sugar issues and you've been, you know, or you've gained some weight and you want to, you know, kick off that 5 pounds, here, just hit reply. So you're not selling. Hear that, guys? You're not selling. You're giving you're inviting. It's a different strategy. So you buy a program, you create the buzz, you pre-drip out the program. I love what Allison said. I didn't do what you said, but what she did is she really took that by the horns, that bull by the horns, and she said, okay, I am just going after this. I am totally going after this. And a lot of coaches do that. JJ is one of my moderators in the Mindset Makeover Forum. She does the same thing. From day one, she's been like that. And so there are definitely coaches that maybe don't need to create the buzz as much, but they built an online presence, or they built some presence, or they built that presence locally. So what I want you to think about is that few weeks, and if it gets really confusing, join Launch School, but take advantage of the materials. Don't do what how many of us have done. Join a course and not do it. How many? I know I have, I'll admit it. I will raise my hand. I will double raise my hand. I put myself on you cannot go buy another thing until you've completed this membership that you're part of. So you have to do the course. You got to do the work, and that means 30 minutes a day. If you can dedicate 30 minutes a day, because trust me, I built this business with literally babies on the floor. Anybody can do it. There's no magic like switch. It's a mindset thing of knowing what your why is and staying consistent with content and connecting. That's why you see Gary Vaynerchuk and a number of other people on their own Instagram replying, you know, or he's actually doing a live stream. He'll be like, hey, Bob, so glad you joined me. It's a connection. Edit the program, get the sales page ready. That can be done on Eventbrite, lead page, and even a blog. So there is never really an excuse for us to not take action. Some of us don't know the techie part, and that's when you have to say, okay, I don't know it, so I'm gonna go reach out for some help. Create a group online, even if it's offline. So remember, we can make 3K, we can make 5K, even offline. You can partner with a gym. Begin the marketing for 2 to 3 weeks and use your emails to nurture your list, and open cart for 2 weeks, sometimes for coaches, even 3. Because why? We need that longer. We need that longer call to action. We need a little urgency. We might need webinars where we might need to have a few talks. If you don't have an email marketing system, go to the business builders, and there is Steal My Copywriter. So how to sell recipes and suggested meals online. So a lot of people can sell meal plans in different states. It depends what you're on, what you're in. Go to nutritionadvocacy.org. And that is also why in the first 250 bonuses, you get direct access to an interview that my lawyer and I did, the one where he does my disclaimers. He makes sure that everything is perfect on my site. And if you didn't know this, which we even talk about in there, if you're in California, you need to have a privacy policy on your site. And so Sean and I broke this down, and that's why this interview was so important. We talked about disclaimers and templates and things you need to know, as well as some of these ins and outs. And we will be delivering even more live streams like this to you guys, because this is a huge topic, and I'm dedicating this year moving forward to empowering coaches to know what they can and can't do wherever they live, so that you never feel, again, disempowered. So if you're in a red or orange state, you don't want to use the word meal plan. You don't want to say that, and you can't. So a lot of people who can sell, suggested meals, you can package them just like this. You can do a monthly service, quarterly, annually. You could have a custom meal planning service for people if you're able to do that. If not, sell your recipe book. Again, you're not telling people proteins, you're not telling people carbs, you're not telling people fats. You're giving people recipes, and that's where your tripwire comes in. So think about this. You buy a program, Sugar, Repair, Restore Your Gut, Mindset Makeover, Revitalize. You have a huge amount of recipes that you could sell weekly. You could even do a recipe membership where people come in and get access to weekly recipes and healthy talks. And, like Allison was talking, she could do yoga, or maybe, some of you are fitness trainers, and get people into what? Group coaching, what I call the easy membership. It's where you're offering a service that is desirable, that is based on community. And I hear from coaches all the time, this person just wants recipes. Wonderful. Give people what they need. So the goal to make $3,000 per month, 30 times 4 weeks. So 30 times 4. Oh, sorry. I said 30 times 4 is 140. Sorry. 30 times 4, and I was in commercial real estate, is 120. So let's just take times 25, 3,000. So I did get that correct. So I want you to start thinking about, wow, if I had one or even 2 programs, or even like a membership where people could get access to recipes and what I call group coaching, that means you're charging 30 times 4, 140, or you go less and say that you can get 50 people at 87 a month. That's 4,350. Who could do that? Just out of curiosity. Who do you think, or who, you as a coach, do you think that you could get people into a forum that would want access to a program, live stream once a week with you, and group coaching, and could access to a program, or even just yummy recipes and classes using PowerPoints and some of the different handouts that you get, 4,500. That's not even including, say you have what, 4 clients, we're doing a 500. 4 other clients, we're at 2,000. We're at 6,350 times 12. That's 76,200. Who would want to make that as a coach? Who wants to make 600? 100,000. So I want you to think about this on what strategies. So if you're selling this, and this is when you really get what? Strategic. So let's just back into that. We're making 3,000 a month. Or actually, let's go back to the 4,050. Then we're adding, let's say, 6 clients plus 3,000. 7,250 times 12. You're at 87,000. So now you need to think of, what program am I offering? Am I doing something 4 times a year? What other ways am I making money? And this is when you actually need to think of what the different ways to work with you. So if you sold a program, let's just say for 127, and you got 20 people in, that's 2,540. If you did that 4 times a year, that's $10,160. Added on to what? The 87,000 that we just made. 97,160. Who could pull another $3,000 out? You're doing this because you're using the programs as your foundation and your tool. How to sell using a 3-tier program offering strategy sessions. If anyone wants to know, this is actually Sarah Sullivan's site. She's a great coach. I use her actually as an example. Yes, Sarah, I've been following you and I think you're fabulous. But I think that it shows a great 3-tier program to offer via strategy sessions. It also brings people in, because remember, people are going to come in from different points. A 14-day cleanse she has. Now, and these have stayed consistent throughout the entire, I want to say, 4 years that I have followed her. She's a 14-day cleanse. What are you coming? That's your gateway. She's a single session. This single session, somebody could get access because what? We don't want to recreate the wheel constantly. We want to have that single session there as the person who says, and I have a client who I will be working with next week who said, you know what, I heard a lot of coaches. I heard a lot of business coaches, and I felt like I wasn't getting what I needed. I said, how about this? We'll do a single session. If you like, at the end of that 90 minutes, I will apply that to working with me for that 2 months. And she said, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. And I said, I know I'll deliver. And I know at the end of that, you're going to be so happy. The single session saved my business. I did go against the grain. I did not offer a 6-month. And you know why? Because I wouldn't have signed up for one myself. I would have needed to test out through different, 14-day cleanse, single session, all of that. So when you 3-tier your work with me page, you're giving people different points. So 1, you could have a single session. 2, you could take the reset your life in 21 days or revitalize and have a 30 or 45 day. And then you could bring them to a 6-month, which is what? Your system. What is your system? Is it cleanse to sugar to then mindset? So what you're doing is you're repurposing the programs within your work with me, so that what happens when somebody gets on for a strategy session, they say what? They say, well, I'm dealing with all these stuff. Okay, let me walk you through the different ways to work with me. Always start with your higher one, whether that's VIP. But if you don't feel that intuitively, if you don't feel that in soul, don't do that. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I say, you know what, I do have a VIP, but I don't think you need that. I think it's one of the reasons that, people have always hired me and come back, because even in commercial real estate, I would say to my clients, why do you always come back to me? And they say, because you're brutally honest with me. And that brutally honest has allowed me to have clients who I not only saw the one parent, I then saw the grandmother. I then saw the son. I then saw the children. I mean, this went on for generations. And this has not happened just once to me. Referrals out the wazoo. And that's, my business didn't just get built because of YouTube videos. That was in the beginning, but then it was referrals, because people know that they're going to be taken care of. And they know that based on the different psychological needs, let's take Jane, Sally, and Jack. Jack is like, look, I just came back from the doctor. Things are a hot mess. I'm scared. I have kids. These are all clients but we're just going to give them different names. I want to be around for my children. What do I need to do? Well, working with me definitely long-term would be the most advantageous. Boom, Jack is in there. Skinny Little Secrets program right here is a 6-week program. But again, that could be a 3-month, that could be a 6-month, whatever it is that you feel fits not only your coaching style, but testing it out, testing out what does that potential client want from me. The single session, again, is the entry point. That is where they're getting to know you. What are you about? In the 14-day cleanse, or grain-free, or reset your life in 21 days. These are your gateways. This could be a do-it-yourself, passive income. This could be on your site, just like this is, where somebody actually gets that, but they also get it with 2 sessions. Make sure that you 3-tier. And additional 4th, and I know one of my clients is on here. I saw her earlier at the bottom. Hey, I also do shopping tours. I do in-home, kitchen clean outs. I also have VIP days. Put those extras. This is how you convert clients on strategy sessions. And also how you convert. How many of you have been at a cocktail party or an event at your, kid's school, or maybe your grandchild's school, and somebody started to ask you what you do? Or been in the gym and somebody's like talking, and all of a sudden you just say something like, oh yeah, chlorophyll is really great for that. Or, oh yeah, you're hot right now. Totally get it. I drink coconut water. I always personalize it to me for them to understand that they can identify with me as well. And that just was something that intuitively always just happened. I could only teach what I have been through. I could only empower and educate what I've gone through. So how many of you have been in that situation and all of a sudden you see all these different, somebody says, oh, wow, can you explain to me what you do? Or do you have a card on you? My husband used to laugh because I would go to Whole Foods and he would say, okay, I know you're going to come back with our entire shopping paid for. That is the power of communication, connection, and also having passive income, meaning you can have a program on your site that is a do-it-yourself, and somebody can then get a 30-minute session with you. How many of you know that you can convert that person at the end of that 30-minute session to one of your programs, or they will probably later connect with you? I can. So how to charge for in-person workshops in your community. We're talking about this in the cooking class. And it doesn't have to be cooking. It could be, it could be making food. It could be smoothies. It could, whatever it is, it's education-based and it's community. You buy a detox or weight loss or grain-free raw. You charge for an in-person cooking class, or you charge for a workshop because you're giving them what back, guys? You can't just charge for a workshop and give nothing. If you can charge for a workshop and give handouts, give a PowerPoint that's converted to a PDF, give somebody a journal, give somebody extra stuff, extra content, charge. So let's even get out the calculator. You charge $30 per person. How many people did we need? Remember? Let's say we have 40 people. Or let's say we start 20 and you connect like I did with the local yoga place. And I did a whole workshop on adrenal fatigue for athletes and adrenal fatigue for, people who are go-getters. We charged. Actually, I partnered with another coach in the beginning of my career doing this. We charged $30. We gave an entire little mini guide that we created, handouts and everything. And we taught. It was a 2-hour workshop. We had food there from a local farm. It was so much fun, and it created such great community. We actually, in that class, had 35 people. That's 1,050. Doesn't lie. That's 1,050. So you buy a program, or you take the program and you niche it. So you take maybe, grain-free and talk about, it could be hormones, or it could be health, or it could be adrenals, it could be anything. It could be, taking the grain-free program because it talks so much about fats and even healthy cooking oils, and you do a workshop. Or You do 97, you meet up twice. Or you use a PowerPoint. Like I said, charge 30 per class. I used to do one on how to detox with ease, how to detox for the busy person. And I would teach people skin brushing, tongue scraping, the very things. I even showed how to do a castor oil pack, standing up. There's so many things. Charge 30. Then give what? Handouts, or take some of the guide and put that onto a document. But it's saving you a boatload of time. So you can do what? More walking into local places. I walked into a place here. It's one of these salt places. I went in there, took my kids in different times, and then approached them and said, hey, I would love to do a workshop here. Are you open to that? Yeah, we would love that. Are you open to me also like hosting a program here? So people buy a program? Yeah. And I said, this is the win-win. This is the thing. I will promote you everywhere, and your people here will get a value add service that they're not getting. Or do it for free, get people to sign up, and then lead them to your program. Do a spa party with programs, or you could even do it, many of you do essential oils like myself. Have a whole sugar scrub party, or party, making that, but then also talking about essential oils in the home, or talking about going green, or talking about cleansing, anything. I actually did this, and I made raw ice creams for people. We did like an ice cream raw party, and it was a blast. People loved it. So you can, charge for that, or charge 50 for each class. And again, if you think, let's just say that you're charging 50 a class and you're giving them a whole program. You want to have 20 people at this class, just made $1,000. So if you're thinking about even 2 classes, and this is where you reach out locally into your community, so people say, hey, that was an unbelievable workshop. Will you come and do that? Let's say you do this twice a month. Let's say you do that by 12, 24,000. There are times that it's very valuable, and I did them many times, to do free workshops. But then you need to be able to convert those people to something. You need to ask yourself, and there was a time in my business, and not many people talk about the building phase, but I didn't say no to anything. If somebody wanted me to come into a workshop, I wanted to build my authority locally. And I needed to. I knew that I couldn't just put all my eggs in one basket, meaning just online, just passive, just active, which means my one-on-one. I needed to branch out into my community. And I did sacrifice some of my early Sundays, or my Wednesday mornings, with some of the people I was teaching. But you know what? What happened is I can walk into a gymnastics place with my daughter, and somebody will say, oh my God, you're Rachel Feldman. You taught me, X amount of years ago, or you're Rachel Feldman. I saw you teaching at the gym years ago. This is my son, right? And that's the whole beauty of working in your community. How to sell a weight loss program to a gym using a 70-30 split and make $3K. You buy a sugar program, or weight loss, or the 21-day reset your life, or grain-free, which is huge for CrossFit, and anyone who's primal. You do a 70-30 split. I've done this. Price is $157. You get 50 people. Let me just do the math also. 170 times 50, 7,850. Sorry, it moved over mine. Your cut, because you're giving back to the gym 30, is $5,495. Or you give a 60-40 cut because they're doing more marketing for you, because maybe you haven't built as much authority, or they want to take control of that, and it makes it easier on you, and you promote the gym more. Also great for yoga studios, juice places, health food stores. I mean, this could also be applicable to working with a chiropractor, a doctor, med spas, health spas, any place that doesn't have the time. But you also want to make sure, and this is what Sean and I talked about, that you also have them sign a non-disclosure agreement, a non-compete, that they're not going to take your program and use it because you own the program. How to partner with referrals and make money. You buy a program like Sugar Repair or anything, you create a JV or referral partner contract, which if you also, I can also send you the link for that. I don't know if Michelle has a link for the affiliate my affiliate link for Sean with his contracts, but they're really good and he's really amazing. Once you buy a contract, you actually get to communicate with him about the contract and how to put it together. You make sure you include rights of ownership of program if you're collaborating. And if you're doing this yourself, you know, again, put together a contract, have clear roles and responsibilities. What is the price? What is the different agreement? Make sure you write down the roles and that make them sign the fact that they will never create a program similar to that based on what they saw. Be specific in what you're offering when you propose that to somebody so that they know what is the win for them. What are the benefits? And research this, you know, this place. Research this gym or whoever you're collaborating with, chiropractor. Contact them, show them, and be prepared to show them some examples of your program, or even testimonials are very powerful. Case studies, anything. Give the referral partner a brochure or handout with your bio and your offerings, and add testimonials in there. And have a clear pricing for your referral percentage. Common is 60-40 or 70-30 as we discussed. How to sell a simple membership. I know this sounds very simple, but it's content, value, programs, masterclasses. It's you building that authority. People won't just sign up for memberships unless they know that they're getting something. So what you have to think about is if you are going to do a membership and you have 12 months, what are you filling that with? How many, you know, webinars or Zoom calls or live streams? What are you taking them through? I know people who do detox memberships. I know people who charge quarterly and give a program release every quarter and they cover that. Maybe you have a membership that is about, you know, weight loss and mindset, but you're taking them again through a system. So it can be quarterly, it can be monthly. You can keep it really basic. You could even buy VIP and have access to all the programs you need and the extras for that membership. Handouts, PowerPoints, which you create masterclasses from. You map out the membership and what you're going to offer over that 12 months. You consider this a fee of $47 a month. Some people come in at 17. Some people come in higher. Again, the higher the price is because you've also built that. Some people say month one is $7 and then it goes to $47 if you liked it. And that month one, they are really getting what? The value, the content. You could even do hot seats. It's pretty much group coaching on healthy steroids. So you can not call this a membership and just say I'm doing group coaching for 6 months or I'm doing group coaching for a year. And people could buy in, let's even say at 47 times 12, 564. Or you could charge like $350 a year, you know, $367 a year, $397 a year. Let's say you're at 564. And let's say that you need to get 20 people consistently to be in every month. So we're doing 547 times 12 equals 564 times 20 people. It's 11,280. So you want to start thinking about how can you also add extra value? And are you at this place at the level in your business to want to do a membership? Have you built the authority? Or do you have people that say, you know what, I would love to have group coaching with you for a year. I would love to pay 87 times 12. That's 1,044 to be with you in a group, 2 calls a month, support, community support, programs, everything. And if you are at 1,044 and you can get 30 people to sign up, you just made 31,320. That's $1,000 a year to, wait, 87 times 12. Yeah, it's 1,044. It's 44 that you can say to somebody, you can be with me and I will wholeheartedly take care of you on every level. Here is the sales funnel that we went. I want you to think about what is missing. I want you to think about, and I just want to stop sharing for a second so I can see some of these questions. If anyone wants to pop a question in the live Q&A box, because Michelle's taking care of the comments, and there are a lot of comments. So if you have a question for me, you know, just pop it into the live Q&A if that's possible. Anyone? Okay. Let me see. 2 new messages. Okay. Tara is asking, and like I said, guys, if you can pop them in the Q&A, I think Michelle's also on Facebook. We're like in a few different places. But that is the beauty of social media these days. So if you, okay, let me just see. How big should our mailing list be before we start a membership? This is how I have always operated, is that we often sit there and we go, oh, I don't have a big enough mailing list, you know. But if you are really looking at, let's say you do a webinar, or let's say you even go on today and say to people, you know, hey, how many times have you bought books and you went and tried this diet, or you went and tried that diet, and you don't feel supported, you don't have accountability. How many of you would be interested in group coaching with me for $87 a month for 12 months? And that is $1,044. You could even say to somebody, you know, I'm doing this for 6 months, if you feel like maybe 12 is a little of a push. So when I think about how big does our list need to be, I think about more, are we saying the right things? Because money, and how many of you agree with this? Money is not often an object if we truly see value. Does everyone agree with me? Raise hands if we agree. I know I've spent money on things that I see value. So if you are saying to somebody, I wouldn't do something with a 30-person list, because again, the conversion rate is typically 3 to 5% on an email list. Now that's not to freak you out or scare you, because think about Alison. She was just like, okay, I don't really have a list. So I'm just going to go on Facebook and I'm going to reach out to the very people I love, which is what I did also my first program. I reached out to some of my besties in Philly. I said, can you test this program out? See if it's great. Give me a testimonial, and then like share it, because I'm building my business. And this is really important to me, and I'm really excited. And they were like, hell yeah, hook me up. I need to lose, you know, some baby weight. It was when we had all just had babies and stuff. So I would say to answer Tara's question is that I think it's more sitting there and saying, do you have the bandwidth personally? I think this is always the question of like, are you an online or offline coach? Do you have the bandwidth personally to be able to, handle or connect or communicate with the people that are needing a membership? I think when you can build a membership, I would look at it more as, do you have a really clear plan for what you're going to include in that? And do you have enough people that are coming to you saying, I'd really love to work with you on a monthly basis and at an affordable price? Look at that, because memberships do take work, but you can also reach out to a few of your clients that would maybe want to be like moderators in there who know you, who know your program, who can then bring value also, and then also support you in that membership. Okay, Anita saying, I find that I'm constantly on the computer creating social media website with not enough time to develop a program timetable. Am I working the right way? Well, you mean a program launch plan? Because I think when we are not sitting there working our launch plan or thinking about like our opt-in freebies or our webinars or the story behind what we're trying to share, then we do end up wasting our energy and wasting time. I know for me, and I even clocked myself in Canva Image, and I consider myself pretty good in Canva and PicMonkey and Adobe Spark and, all of these different, it still can take about 10 minutes to create a great image. So that's why our all-inclusive programs or our Rockstar are the most popular, because we spend the entire season. I just said to one of my VAs today, I said, woohoo, Sam, get ready, because we're about to go into the next program launch. We spend the whole entire season to create the next programs. So I don't think that you're doing anything wrong per se. I think that creating images takes a lot of time, and that's one of the reasons that we give the tools, the PowerPoints. If you look at what I call our PowerPoint systems and our opt-in freebie systems, they have opt-in pages. Michelle writes them. They have our programs have sales pages. They have images, so that you can go and add, go into PicMonkey, add pretty fast your logo, and utilize those and work more on your message and your copy. And especially if you don't have a program, I would say, start off with one. And I'm not just saying that because I create them. I'm saying that because, if we spend so much time in creation mode, we can't spend the time in, thinking about our marketing. We can't spend the time in really finessing that and understanding our plan. Anita, I hope that answers the question. If not, feel free to personally email me, and also to come on the webinar for the next 7 days, and especially in the next 2 days when our epic coupon is available. But feel free. I am making myself available for Skype calls, for strategy calls, for all of that, if you really want to go over a program. And not go over the strategy that you bought, but go over if you have questions. Okay. Hi, Corinne. Oh, awesome. Okay, Anita, definitely email me. I'd be more than happy. Hi, Corinne. I know we're going to Skype. I'm so excited. How do I choose the right program, Insta hashtags, etc., to get people interested? Well, good news. I'm going to do a series of webinars and also some master classes on that. But hashtags are also about you thinking about, your very niche. So example is and also remember on Instagram, the nice thing is if you go on Instagram and you type on IN health coach, hashtag IN, or hashtag Instagood, or hashtag smoothie bowl, that feeds into the rest of the world for that hashtag. But also on Instagram, it will pull up the very people that are interested in that same thing. So they're searching for you, but also you want to start to think of ones like hashtag weight loss, hashtag summer cleanse, hashtag lose weight without insanity, hashtag whatever applies to your specific niche and your message. It could even be hashtag healthy mom, hashtag healthy family, hashtag healthy recipes. And I think that's the biggest thing. You have to really investigate on Instagram, test it out, investigate on social media platforms, so that it feeds into the right channels of the very people that you want to attract. Yes, I'm about to show the programs. Okay. I just wanted to get to some. I'm so sorry. Okay. So bear with me. Madeline's saying, how do you compensate your moderators? You can compensate them just with actually free sessions, free program, all of that. So let me just go in and come down here for a second. Okay, so let me just make sure that I'm sharing the same, because that has happened before. Okay, bear with me. And I'm actually going to do it so I can see your questions. Okay, so if you do have a question, I'm going to keep it open so that you see. Okay, Dawn is saying, does the VIP include grain-free? Also restore, rejuvenate, reset available. Everything is available to buy tonight. If you find Launch Goal also You will, if you go on a launch goal, there is a code for that on launch goal as well. If you see that you need to add something to VIP, or maybe there's something in the VIP programs that you don't need, feel free to email me. We can do a custom package. But also, if you buy VIP, you're getting that $313 discount already on the program. But then you can take the coupon tonight, which is the 20%, and apply that to whatever program you want, so you're getting the best of both worlds. And so, Dawn, if that doesn't help, please let me know, and I can, totally make that available, and help you out. Okay, so let's even just look at summer detox, and then I'll go through the different programs. So I just want to show you how easy our programs are to edit. One of the things that we did this season is I looked at the detox. I will never change a detox to not be seasonal. And I'm not dissing anybody out there who doesn't have seasonal detoxes, but per the work of John Douillard, Paul Pitchford, Ann Louise Gittleman, who is a great dear friend, and many others, Linda Page, seasonal eating is the way we have to go. I mean, it's the bounty is provided for us, and also per the work of Liz Lipsky, Alejandra Younger, and many others in the field of gut health, we have to go and start to understand what foods don't work for our bodies. And too often these foods do not show up on a blood test. So we have to start to see, did we have a good night's sleep? Did we find that our fingers got dry? I know for me, when I eat something I'm intolerant to, immediately I get almost like those kicking legs. And in Chinese medicine, that's called yin deficiency. So just want to make sure, hold on. Can you see the programs that I'm showing? Let me just see if everyone's saying yes or no. Chat. Okay. Okay, because somebody asked if I showed the program set. Okay, so one of the things that we did this season that I'm going to do for every season moving after is that I wanted to make it so that your clients come back. I have coaches that have consistently, 50, 60, 100 people who come back, and they've made this a part of their business. But we wanted to make it so that this focused on something that is really trending, and that's age defying. So here, I'm just going to show you, because a lot of people always ask, and I even had someone who's a very, very well-known coach, and she even said to me, wow, I was so blown away by how much content and information you have. And that is what we're all about. You can buy, you can come in here and you can change everything. Everything's in Word. You double tap to put in your information, and you will see that we add in a lot of information so that your client is empowered. You can also take out the information if you don't want. What are the benefits of detoxing, removing mental and physical blocks? Then we go into your age-defying secrets program. This also is in a clean eating version. We give that to basic and rockstar. Rockstar, that will get a collage. Anita's saying, can I convert in Pages? Anita, I've seen coaches that are really great using Pages and doing it. I'm a Mac user, but I really encourage coaches to get Office 365 online, to just, even if you're using it for like 2 months, because the editing process will be so easy. You will see right here that we take you through a very simple schedule, a do not eat list, an adding back in list. The new thing that I'm really excited about is the foods for beauty. And what I found is that so many of our clients, they want to know what foods are great for skin health. They want to know what foods they can eat and consume that will, boost vitamin C levels, and they want to have information. So what we wanted to do was, talk about essential oils, masks for skin, everything, so that we're not just addressing the exterior. And that's why in all the programs, I do add in what I call detox support tools, because per the work of got Natalia Rose, who I went to school for the work of Dr. Morse and Louise Gittleman. You have to be supporting Rita Maria Losganzo, which is a good friend of mine. I've taught for her. You have to be moving the body. Otherwise, we start to see, even if we just detox with whole foods, you know, you could have a client that's saying, I'm eating Ezekiel bread, it's really healthy, but that's with yeast. So we have to make sure that we are, you know, supporting our clients to make these changes. And even if they go to Whole Foods and they're not going into like a deep level 2 detox, which this is not about at all, they still have to be moving their body and their lymphatic system. Okay, so yes, Penelope, it's not that this is about skin per se, but the reason that I did this beauty guide and that we made this program very specific for ageless beauty, you will see that in the Rockstar, you have 5 iced teas to relieve toxins, deep cleansing rituals, ultimate clearing bedtime routine, 5 infused drinks to hydrate your body. We wanted it to be focused for beauty, age-defying skin, great skin, gut health. And our detoxes are always based on that, but I wanted to take it a step further because I knew that marketability and great content, I want you to be different than other coaches who are, you know, out there buying programs that maybe are just giving you kind of like the basics. And so our clients, as I said, are so far past the basics that they need this extra powerful information from us. So this is something that we decided to do and we will be doing from now on. Yes, Foods for Beauty is on it, Jennifer. I checked the sales page. So if you're looking at the sales page right now, and I'll just, you know, it's definitely on that. And Basic gets it. The difference is that Rockstar gets a lot of extra handouts, and I'll go into even the business builders. Here's our recipe guide. A lot of people always say to me, what are your recipes like? What is in here? We always have tonics. We always have juices. We have dairy-free milks, smoothies, breakfast. Summer, I would say, is a little higher on the glycemic index just for the smoothies because of the seasonal foods. The fruits that are available are just more, you know, rich and higher in glycemic index. We do protein balls, dressings. There are seasonal beans in here and seasonal grains. In the past, we had it all kind of paleo and primal, but I wanted to give people choice. This isn't all vegetarian program until you get to transition. And that's where you'll see egg salad and scrambled eggs. But we have so many recipes, as you see right here, that all my vegan lovers, my plant-based lovers, anybody could change this. This is not an all raw program because I find digestifier for a lot of people is weak. And so we like to add in warm foods as well. So it's very easy to swap out those. We do cultured foods, little desserts, and all of that. Let me just see some of the questions. Okay, so I have no questions for live, and I see Michelle is going. Somebody's asking, we used to have upgrade packages for coaching to the new bits for programs we had bought. Actually, Jody, I never had upgrades for the detox. We do only upgrades for like grain-free if somebody bought that and we changed covers. We did that for Revitalize when we changed the program and I added in a 2-week weight loss because I found that there were a lot of people who wanted to do that grain-free program, do Revitalize, but they were finding that their clients weren't losing weight. And I just knew, that has like quinoa and different foods like that. And I just found that some people do need to kind of go into that typical kind of old school fitness kind of weight loss. Doesn't mean that you can't be holistic in your approach. But I added that on. That's when we do upgrades. But because we spend all the time, you'll even see the photos right here, which you see right on the sales page. Here's chickpea. The photos are gorgeous. And these are the actual recipes. So you'll kind of see what your clients are eating. And you can also use these for marketing. But we don't do these for our new programs like Reset Your Life in 21 Days or the Detox, because we write these brand new. And we do everything in here, such as the 21-day social media images. This is something brand new that we're so excited about. We gave you a social media calendar so that for you, those of you that are either newbies or you want to actually, you know, go through like a clear launch plan and do open cart and last call and pre-launch. You're in pre-launch, you're dripping out kind of a story. And so that's why we wanted to create like the images so that you could lead them to what, guys? Blog posts with the links. And that's why you have 3 blog posts here. We have images for the sales page, such as little PayPal buttons. And that's why you will see that when you get down, and I know this could be like a 4-hour talk, and this is why tomorrow I am doing a webinar at 7 p.m. This is why you can lead them to your opt-in freebies. So when you were talking about skin, we wanted to give opt-in freebies as well as the PowerPoints that match the program. So Michelle Wisdom and I and my team, we strategically think about these programs and how they fit together for you guys. So when you look at an opt-in page, you have an opt-in page there. You have this guide. I just have to show you how gorgeous this is. Like 5 fresh beauty mask recipes for clarifying glow. Like we put so much time into writing these. And so you could, you know, infuse your own special sauce, but you want to then lead them to a blog, lead them to an opt-in. And I call this a system, because what we're doing is we're taking the work out from what you need to do. And that's why we have PowerPoints and scripts, sales pages. We wrote an age-defying one that's about age-defying, and we did one that's about detox. I give you a pricing guide. So when everyone asks, do I have a pricing guide? Yes, in our Rockstar ones and our all-inclusive, such as sugar, revitalize, gut, reset your life in 21 days, mindset makeover, with also examples. So let me even just show you our brand new, because I was so excited, to create this, so excited to launch this. The weekly ebooks. I mean, this is really an unbelievable program, and I won't open it because it will just make it faster that we can go through this. But this is Reset Your Life in 21 Days. This, similar to Revitalize, is chunked into a day-by-day blueprint for what your client needs to do. And we did this, and I did this in Revitalize because I thought about my own clients and I thought about myself. I needed to have a very simple, like, do this on this one day. And when Gabby Bernstein came out many, many years ago with, it was like, get more ing in your life. And then the next one, it was like, do this every day to change your life. And I really, my life significantly changed when I started to chunk down what I needed to do. How often do your clients get overwhelmed? And so this is an opportunity to take them out of overwhelm. And so they have, each day is like this. So I won't go through every ebook. Each day gives them, what is your inner work? It also gives them, you know, the next one is a wholesome body, talking about like the key foundations for being healthy, self-love, nourishment. And then week 4, because too often our clients they're not able to take them into the rest world. They finish a program and then it's like, eek. So we wanted to give a 4th ebook that you could give your clients. And that's also a great opportunity to lead them into the next program. This is a 21-day calendar. It's in PowerPoint, so you can edit, you could add extra slides. Your client could put this up right onto their refrigerator, their dressing room, their bathroom mirror, their dashboard. I know for me, I'm looking at my vision board right in front of me, and I need reminders all the time. Tons of handouts. You can put these on your sales page. You can also give them in your closed forum. So when I talk about having an abundance of content, that's what we're all about for you guys. I don't just sell a program like one guide, one email sequence. You know, I sell programs in the ways that I needed it. I needed tons of information to be able to give to my client. So you'll see, just like right here, 7 energizing snacks to pack a punch, sliced veggies, nuts, like simple things that you just want to give your client as a cheat sheet. Then also, this is our vegan program. And I will end up stopping this soon because yes, I know this has been a long one tonight, but this is our vegan program. There's an omnivore and vegan option. I only put in tofu every once in a while because it's not something that I think people should be consuming at mass quantities. But they're really beautiful recipes, very easy to make, taste great, and you also have the pictures to go with that. So you get 40 royalty-free pictures that I paid my photographer and to actually take. And so it's a really grand opportunity. Plus, you have suggested meals, suggested healthy recipes, and shopping lists for each week. Then you also have, of course, our other programs. You know, when we come into sugar repair, restore your gut, just so that you can see the level. And I encourage you to go to the sneak peek page right now. This program is omnivore and vegetarian. So right now, our vegan programs would be raw, or it would be or reset your life in 21 days. But you can see right here the level of, you know, really when I heard a coach who bought from me, he said, you know, I just need to see the recipes because I see so much junk out there, and I see recipes that are not like easy to make, and my clients aren't going to want that. They're just going to say no. So we wanted to always make recipes that are easy, 5 to 6 ingredients, unless it's, you know, a soup. We also wanted, especially because this is a sugar program, to put the psyllium powder in to help to flush out the colon, get those cravings down. But you will see, we kind of run through the same system. I like to put cultured foods in a lot of our programs. So whether your client was to go and buy them at the market, like Bubby's, or some of some of the other great ones that are a little more expensive, or they wanted to make them, they totally could. Okay, so let me see. Everything's answered. So we are going to shut this down right now so that I can get a replay to everyone. I just want to make sure. Let me go to the bottom. Oh, somebody's saying, Michelle's answering everything. Okay, so do you guys, before we leave, and just remember, I don't know if you saw it, but if you're on, Rachel, if you're on my business page or even on my personal page, my events are public. You can go right there and sign up for the 7 webinars that are happening in the next 7 days, plus the 7 live streams. So the ones for the webinars are 7 o'clock at night. The live streams are 9 o'clock in the morning. If you still have questions, like I'm going to be around this whole weekend. I'm going to be around tomorrow if you have questions. But I also encourage you to get on those webinars and ask questions, because I'm more than happy to do hot seats. I'm more than happy to build out systems and show you like a funnel. I'm more than happy to hot seat if you're open to that. So you can also email us, you know, through our site or at Michelle, I'm actually going to do, it's team at Rachel A. Feldman. That is the easiest, or yes, you can go through the sales page. But I do encourage you, if you're not on my list, we do send out really great emails, and we do send out a bunch of really sweet deals all the time. So email that if you need to get on the phone with me, or, you know, feel free to reach out. I want to make sure that everyone has their questions answered and feels empowered, and is starting to really think in the next like 6 to 9 months of what you want to put out there into the world, and who is needing you. So with that being said, does anybody have a question? Oh, yes, here. Oops, I just answered that. Michelle, can you pop in the code for Susan? Sorry, Susan, can you ask that again? I'm so sorry. And I can pop in the code right here myself. Thanks, Michelle. Susan, here, I'll just pop this in. And remember, this ends on 5/21, guys. So it's really important that, you know, if you have questions for me in the in-between time, I will just end with this. Like, who are these programs not for? I would say they're not for the person that thinks that like a done for you anything is just a magic bullet. It's just not. They are definitely for the person who feels like they are scrambling with kind of a no system, and definitely wants clarity and a cohesive, it's a cohesive system in their business that leads people from one place to another. It's also for the coach that if you feel like you've been spinning your wheels and you're spending time in all the wrong areas, like maybe you're like working for hours on an Instagram account or Pinterest, but it's like not converting. And it's not that those aren't great places to build authority. And some people do really well with selling from there. But this is for a coach who is like, I need a plan and I need a support community. And the one thing that I didn't go over that I want to just end, you know, with is that we do have a great support community in Facebook. If you take advantage of it, you will see coaches in there answering questions, coaches at all different levels. And I've seen the bird's eye view since I've been doing done for you programs for 4.5 years. Okay. I'm gonna answer this. If you like are just sitting there and you're like, I'm so sick of being in different communities where it's like sell, or you feel like there's competition and like all this different stuff, that is the opposite of what our paid, you know, groups are like. They are loving, they are paying forward kind of program communities. It's an unbelievable system. And that's also what Launch School is about. Launch School is not a membership. I thought about it for a long time, and it's not that, you know, maybe it couldn't, you know, or it could be a membership, but I am about putting you into places. Launch School is going to have an accountability system. It's also going to have Zoom like this, which goes right into Facebook, so that you're going to be able, whether you want to join our calls during the week, which we do weekly office hours. But I have to tell you, the materials that we have put into Launch School are unbelievable. And if you can commit, and I think this is the biggest thing, these programs are for coaches who are ready to fully commit to their business and let go of the fear, and let go of the fear that stops all of us. They are not for the person that wants to make excuses and says, I'm not good enough, or people won't buy from me. It's our mindset. And if we don't hang around with successful people, we won't be successful. I mean, that's the power of masterminds. It's the power of the work of Tony Robbins, Brendan Bouchard, Les Brown, Eric Thomas, Gary Vee. I mean, I can go on for forever. Is that you have to put yourself around other successful, driven people like yourself. Find your tribe. Because when I found my tribe, oops, sorry, itchy nose. When I found my tribe, my life really changed. I mean, I blossomed, I expanded, and I also learned to like just let go of that fear of like, what is someone going to think of me? Or is this going to sell? Or, oh my God, this other coach has such a great site. It's like, I just had to let it go because it was killing me. And so when you put yourself around really great people who don't operate in that way, or they do, but they've learned how to just snap out of it, your business will change, your life will change, your health will change, your energy will change. People always say to me, how do you have so much energy? And Michelle, you know, will attest to this. We work hard, you know, and the people that work with me, you know, even, you know, everyone knows that, but we laugh hard, we have fun, we love creation. So this is for the person, the coach who is ready to create and ready to let go of the negative chatter. It doesn't mean that you don't have that, but you got to like come in and and say, and the coaches who have spoken up in the forums and like, I'm scared, nobody's going to come. We all have that. And I think that's what I call the Facebook fake. Anybody who knows me knows that I say this often. Facebook fake is when people pretend that that doesn't happen. People pretend that that doesn't exist. All successful people face fear. All successful people, you know, are scared at some level. It's just how long do we sit in that? And if we're not around other people that teach us and push us and hold us accountable and come into forums and take that chance to say, I don't know what to do. And I will just say this and end with this, is that I've seen coaches come in and say, I only have 5 people. Will other coaches like join? Will somebody just be in there to support? I've seen those 5 people, client, 5 people coaches, go to 50, move to group programs, be featured in magazines. I mean, I've seen crazy stuff, crazy awesome stuff over the years, but it was a coach that didn't quit. So if you're on that, like, I'm ready to quit, I'm ready, like, and unfortunately, yes, when you join a program, you do get me. So you get me like in there, busting your chops a little and loving you up because, but also being like, I wouldn't say hard on you, just making sure that like you're stepping into your power and you're stepping into your truth. Because let's just say this, we live in a broken system right now. We live in a pretty sick world. And I don't mean sick like head sick. I mean like, we're fed just this like propaganda stuff on TV and stuff like that. And it's our job to come together, all of us. What I love, what I call integrative thinking, is all of us coming together, doctors and health coaches and nutritionists and chiropractors and acupuncturists and homeopaths and life coaches and yoga studios and gyms. And I mean, it's endless, all coming together with the intention and the action. It's not just intention, it's action to change the world that we live in. And that only will change if we step out. And we have to say this, and other coaches have heard me say this, get over yourself. Because that means that you have to get clear, and I started to get chills. I teach this at Hippocrates when I teach business. You have to get so clear on your why that your why overpowers. It comes in, it's like, actually it comes in, it's almost as a southpaw, which is when like it's the trick left, hook for somebody who is not, and most boxers are right-handed and they can't come for that. It's like the southpaw for you. It means that it just takes over the fear. It lessens the fear so that the fear starts to disappear. So again, it's been a pleasure to be with you. My name is Rachel Feldman. I help coaches and wellness entrepreneurs to build online and offline businesses, active income and passive income, and to do it strategically. So you're not just shooting darts like I was. The second part of that is that you can find all these programs, the launch school, everything at www.yourhealthcoachbiz.com. Make sure that you're on my mailing list because I do send out a lot of sweet bonuses. I send out free gifts, everything. And also, you want to be able to get this replay. So if you're watching this from Facebook, tag in if you're, if you want to get the replay and you want to also understand what is happening in the next 14 days. That is it. So yes, the bonuses, I didn't even get there. Hold on 1 second because the first 250 bonuses, and I will just show you this because it's just so sweet. So the first 250 people get all these bonuses. I mean, it's 3 blog posts. It's 1 Facebook ad template. It is 10 designer images for social media to help you book one-on-one sessions. So we broke it down. Again, this is why I always say, strategically, you need to think about it. It's like I want you to have images for your one-on-one to say, book a strategy session, change your life. But then we're going to have 10 designer images to help you promote your online program and book out your seats, a 60-minute MailChimp masterclass, plus a 45-minute masterclass by Michelle, my copywriter, Michelle Wisdom Ellis, plus a 2-hour, Yes, a 2-hour live masterclass with myself. And also we're getting legal this season, and we're getting legal every other season. So there are just some amazing, amazing opportunities. Let me see also what Sharon said. My hang up is that I don't have any training and your programs focus on that. This is the great thing, is that Shannon, the people that actually buy my programs, because I'm a health coach and I don't tell people like how much protein to eat or how many carbs or fats or do any of that, it's a lot about the emotional stuff. So I would actually look at Reset Your Life in 21 Days. I would look at Mindset Makeover, because that is great. Michelle works with a lot of life coaches, and those are the programs that we suggest for life coaches, because it's really talking about the mindset stuff. So yes, I would say look at those two programs. They are beautiful, as well as Revitalize. Look at Revitalize too. I wrote that not thinking about like the eating stuff. I wanted somebody to really, change their life, and mindset is everything. Everything. Trust me, I have an autoimmune. If my mindset is not right, she comes like knocking. Hello, Rach. Deanna, no, we haven't gotten our programs in Spanish yet. It's something I want to work on, and it's something I want to work on to do metrics. I get that a lot. So, but I do have coaches that translate them for themselves. So yes, may take a little, but there are also some really great translators on Fiverr, Upwork, that could probably help to aid in that, support. So anyway, I will see you guys later. It's been awesome to be with you. Give a thank you to Michelle for answering every one of these questions, because she is just unbelievable. I look forward to supporting you this season. And this season, as Gary Vaynerchuk says, some people like to go off and not think about their business, but then they get upset when September comes. I call summer the second New Year's. Why? Because everyone has the time to focus on their body. They want to get beach body. Memorial Day comes up. They have to wear less clothes. I mean, I live in Florida, so but this is the time to focus. This time to pull back. This time to think about what you want. And also, last thing is that Launch School also kicks off. You will be in there for life, but we always kick off at the beginning of the season. So I'll be doing 2 kickoff calls. I think it's like not this week, but the week after, just back-to-back ones, so that whoever's coming in, and then boom, boom, boom. I take you through the 6 modules each week. And we also have an amazing coach moderator in there. So I have moderators everywhere, guys, so that you're supported and your questions are answered. All right, guys, it's been awesome, rad, epic and rad as you guys. Step into your truth, step in your power. Buy it, brand it, launch it. Buy it, brand it, launch it. You can do it. I did my first on Eventbrite, actually my first 3. So let go of perfection and step into your business. All right, guys, it's been great to be with you. I will get this replay going, and I love you all. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being on this. Oh my goodness, 2.5-hour webinar. My much love. All right, guys, have an amazing night. I will see you soon.